What's up guys, I'm Tim from Team Black Hole and we're at the Croatian Winter Challenge and we're here with Geoff.
Yes, I'm Geoff Anthony Valcic. I'm originally from New York, but I live in Croatia, and I made top 16 at the Regional Winter Challenge in Zagreb.
And he's gonna be kind enough to show us his deck profile.
Yes, I played Brilliant Thunder Dragons. I was third place in Swiss X1, and then I lost in top 16 to Samurai Rongo. Interesting deck. So for the Thunder Dragons, I played literally 3 of each, because I think it's the correct ratio. When you play Brilliant and Instant Fusions, I think that you need 3 of each, because it's easier to combo off with Titan. So when you see these as much as possible, then it's easier to pull off your combos where you play triple fusion and everything. And I also play Desires, so I don't want to lose like key parts of the combos. And of course the one Dragon Duel, because it's really strong in grind games. And for the normal summons, I play 2 Solar, since I play Brilliant Fusion. 3 Solar I don't think is necessary, because a lot of the plays in the deck are redundant. Like sometimes you open like Solar and Brilliant and more cards, and even like Gold Sark can be dead in the deck. Even the Instant Fusion can sometimes be dead because you play too many like starters. So I think 2 Solar was enough.
So you think 2 Solar is in this build the correct amount?
Yes, I think you can also play 3, but I think 2 is perfectly fine, especially because I also played 2 Denko Sekka, and I didn't want to play too many normal summons. The Denko Sekkas didn't really prove to be this good. I mean, they're really good, but my matchups really weren't, you know, they weren't warranting for Sekka. I'll explain my matchups later. So I played 2 Gemini Amber because, well, first of all I played Desires, and second of all, drawing Amber is really bad. You don't want to really draw Amber, but if you play 2, then drawing 1 is completely fine, because in the worst case scenario you can just set it and then sack it for Colossus. It's okay. And for the Chaos Monsters I played 2 BLS. They're really powerful. I don't know why it's at 3, but it's a ridiculous card. It pushes for damage, you can get rid of like annoying monsters. It's really easy to summon. It procs the Thunder Dragon effects in the grave when you banish them. It's really strong. But I also play the 1 Levianeer. It's really good against matchups like Altergeist, and it can also get rid of Borolo Dragon, which is actually a big problem for this deck. I was also thinking of playing the 1 Lightning Kaiju, but I cut in the last minute for the second Sekka. I thought it would be better.
So have you ever tried testing more than 1 Levianeer?
I tested 2 Levianeer and I tested 3, but the build with 3 I was missing too many cards. I was actually missing the second Levianeer. I didn't feel like finding it. As you can see, I don't even play any hand traps because I didn't feel like finding hand traps, and I thought that I wouldn't really need them in the main, because if I run into like the combo decks, I'll just side for them. And I feel like hand traps are bricky. I think you rather want to play like more starters and extenders. So I just didn't play hand traps at all. I just went for the utility behind these monsters, so I can like beat other decks efficiently. And if I play against combo decks, well, if I win the dice, I win anyways. If not, I'll just side and try to beat them through siding. And today I only lost against the combo deck in the top 16. I beat all the other ones I ran into. So for the Brilliance, of course, for the starters, I play 3 Brilliant Fusion. I think it's the best start in the deck. It's much better than Solar. Like in some instances, Solar can be better if you open it with like Dragonhawk. But Brilliant opens up many plays with like if you hard draw Roar or Dark, and then you can make all kinds of plays with the Summer Summoner and just go off insanely. So I also played 3 Instant Fusion. Since I didn't have the dangers, I went for this pure build. And Instant Fusion is almost like Brilliant Fusion, but sometimes has this utility of going into like Thousand Eyes Restrict. But do note that Kaminari attack can't go into Colossus, so usually has to go into the Summer Summoner. But it's a really good card, it helped me a lot. So 3 Gold Sark, it's a really powerful card. Like when you draw 1, it's insane. But sometimes when you draw more than 1, I don't even resolve the second one because I already go through my entire engine, and some of the plays in this deck can really be redundant, but it's important to play them so you don't brick. That's why I play 3 of everything. Like, not bricking is more important than having like cards that are good, but you don't need in the situation, if you get what I mean. So I also played 3 Thunder Dragon Fusion. Many people don't do this, especially not in 40 cards, but I think it's pretty good because it's good to open. If you have like, I don't know, the original Thunder Dragon or some other plays, it's good to open because you can, well, it grinds really good. It's a really good grind card. Like, you want to play this turn 1 and you want to set up in the grave, and when you do that, your next turn is going to be really strong. Because you can search for Dragon Duel, you can search for Soul or Sekka, anything, and it's really good. But most importantly, I played 2 Desires, so I didn't want to banish all of them off, because it's a really important card in the deck. I didn't want to play the 3rd Desires. First of all, I didn't want to play 41, and I didn't want to cut anything from the main. And second of all, like drawing Desires of Desires is like nasty, but 3 might be correct, but 2 was fine. I saw it a lot, and it helped me out most of the times. And for the 40th card in the main, I played 1 Monster Reborn. It's a sack card, it actually won me a few games. Like I revived like BLS to push for game and stuff like that. And you can even out Borreload in some situations. So it's a really good card to have. You don't need it, but it's good. I was considering also Soul Charge, but in the last minute I dropped it because I didn't have space for cards like Hope Harbinger. You know, any room for it. So for the extra deck, I played, of course, 3 Thunder Dragon Colossus and 3 Thunder Dragon Titan. I think I think you need 3 when you play both Instant and Brilliant Fusion, because the beginning of the combo is like either Instant or Brilliant, and then you banish the Fusion to summon Titan. And then automatically you only have 2 left. And again, in some matches you actually want to end on 2 Titan and 1 Colossus instead of the opposite. And so you really need it to grind. In the mirror match, it's also really good to grind with. I won both of my mirror matches today just because I outgrinded them with the 3rd Titan. It's really good. And of course the Brilliant Fusion target Prismaura, the Kaminari attack and Thousand Eyes Restrict for the instant fusion targets, pretty standard.
So how good was Thousand Eyes Restrict?
I think I went into like once or twice, and it helped. It was good. It's good to have. It outs the Sky Striker links, which is pretty important. But I didn't play against Sky Striker, so I don't know. It was good in the mirror match. The 1 Link Kariba, of course, for both Thousand Eyes Restrict and for Thunder Dragon Matrix. When you break this, can be really good. It's also really good against Altergeist. If you like put this, the Melos, you can't really do anything. It's actually pretty insane. The 1 Land Farincus, I think is the name.
Nobody really knows.
Nobody really knows, yeah. I played it because, well, Thousand Eyes Restrict is one reason, but the other thing is I sided 3 mind controls, and sometimes you just steal stuff that are not Thunders, you know, in other matchups, and then you can just go into this is generic, it's really good. It points generic, you know, down, left, down, right. So it's pretty good. 2 Summer Summoners, pretty standard. I don't think I needed the 3rd one at all, but playing 1 would be a terrible mistake, so I'm glad I played 2. It's a really powerful card. The 1 Unicorn, mostly for the mirror match, but also it's like problem cards. Funny thing, in the mirror match, in the last round, the 7th round of Swiss, in game 3 I let the Thunder Dragon player go first, and he said Super Poly. And before I went into the fusions, I put this on the board and I shuffled the Super Poly back into the deck. He showed me later, I was laughing about it, but yeah, it's a really good card. And it also points 1 down, it's pretty good. And of course the 1 Borreload Dragon, you absolutely need this card, especially for the mirror match. But like, when they play any deck that plays Borreload, you need this to counter them, because if they take your Titan or Colossus, it's actually hard to play when they do that. And of course 2 tokens, you only need 1, but who cares?
So no Borrow Sword?
No Borrow Sword, I don't think you need it. I played 2 BLS and Levinier, so I had a lot of push damage. So I don't think I really needed it. And like, the deck can spam 3 fusions pretty easily and just kill you instantly. So Borrow Sword is good, but you don't need it. Maybe if I played the Dangers, I would have played it. Or the small Chaos Dragons. But I felt that they were bricky without the Dangers. And of course for the side deck, I played 3 Dino-Rista Pankratops. Pretty strong card. Like, it's really good against Altergeist, Sky Striker, anything that plays Floodgates as well. You can, like, if they play like Standby Phase, I don't know, Monarch's Erupt, Special Summon Pop It. There can be only 1, Special Summon Pop It, Rivalry, anything. You just put it on the board and it puts a lot of pressure.
Against Altergeist, it's a really good counter if they play Secret Village.
Secret Village, of course. I play against one Altergeist, but he didn't play Secret Village, and so I didn't even see this actually. But it also outs Inspector Border, which is a huge threat to the deck if you don't open Brilliant or Instant Fusion. Inspector Border actually dumps on Thunder Dragon if you don't open those spells. So you could just special Pankratops, attack, and then you could just sack and kill one of his Floodgates or whatever. Really good card. I played for the hand traps, this exclusively for the Rango deck, the combo decks, but I also played against some other decks like the mirror match, 3 Lancia of course. For the mirror match is really strong, or if I think that my opponent plays evenly, going first I just put these in, but no one played evenly against me all weekend, this tournament. But it's really good against the Rango deck, especially the Dark Warrior that banishes a lot. I also used it against the Samurai Rango deck, and it won me basically any game I resolved it in. It was surprisingly, it did surprisingly well because the Samurai deck happens to banish quite a few times. Also, I played 2 Ghost Ogre and 2 Veiler. Ash is good. I mean, it's good against all kinds of decks, but I wanted something that was actually really good against Rongo. And Ogre pops Summon Sorceress, which is huge. Veiler pretty much negates anything, and they're really good against the combo decks. I only sided these against BA, I think, and these I only played against Rongo. Funny thing is, in one game against Rongo, he played Armageddon Knight, I played Veiler, he played Call by Grave, Lancia. I just won that game, and I beat him. And of course the 3 Mind Control. Super strong in the mirror, strong against Sky Strikers, pretty good against anything really.
I consider Mind Control to be one of the best cards in the current format.
Definitely one of the best side cards because it's really good against the meta decks, except maybe the combo decks. Like, depends on what the rest of your side is. But it's just like I'll explain in the matchups later how this came clutch. For the last 2 cards I played 2 Twin Twisters. I cut this from 3 to 2 so I can fit in 7 hand traps, so I can play this specific lineup. And it was fine. I only played against 1 back row deck and he beat me 2 to 1 in the first round. But you know, it's okay. Like 5 is enough, I think, so you don't clog.
Okay, so now explain the matchups.
So round 1 I played against Altergeist. Game 1 well, he went first and I don't know, we went back and forth, but he ended up beating me. Game 2 he cherried my Colossus and I couldn't add the fusion from my deck to the hand. He just ashed the Thunder Dark, the Dragon Dark, and then he striked it the turn later. I just couldn't get the fusion, but I managed to get it and then I beat him game 2, and then game 3 he flipped over Imperial Order and spoofing and just kicked my ass. So I was 0-1 from there. And then the second round I played against some kid with a Cyber's deck. I mean, he was a nice kid, but the deck wasn't anything competitive, so I beat him quickly 2-0. Round 3 I played against, round 3, I can't even remember what I played. I'm trying to remember actually. Oh, I played against BA. That's actually a pretty tough matchup, but game 1 he opened like Beatrice, Trisbana, and Hydrolander. That was really weird, and he has no engrave. I managed to get through all of that and I outgrinded him, and then game 2 I beat him fairly easily, I think. Yeah, I Veilered like his tour guide in the critical moment, and yeah, I won that 2-0.
Ouch.
Game 3 I played the mirror match, also Brilliant Thunder, like a pretty similar build to mine, but I think he plays hand traps and stuff like that. Game 1 he misplayed with my Titan. He didn't know that it activates off his Thunder effects in the hand as well. And then I popped his Solar in the critical part of his combo and I won game 1 easily. And then game 2 he went first. He put the Colossus Titan, but I opened like double Mind Control, Brilliant Fusion, Hawk. It was just nasty. I mean, I feel sorry. And then round 5 I played against, oh, this is where I started playing against Rongo. I played against the Samurai Rongo that I lost against in the top 16. I won the die roll and I won game 1, and then I lost game 2. In game 2 he managed to play through like 2 hand traps and he managed to still get Rongo for 6. He actually played amazing. I was really surprised. And then game 3 I won in time. It was actually pretty rough for both of us in time, but that's how the game is because Konami made the stupid rules. And then in round 6 I played against Dark Warrior Rongo, a good friend of mine. He won the die roll actually, and he won game 1. And then game 2 and game 3 I reverse sweeped, something like that, yeah. Like game 3 I did the Veiler and Armageddon, then Call by Grey I chained Lancia, and he gunblard me and left me, I had 2 cards left in my hand. There were Solar and BLS, and I lay in my grave and I just OTK'd him. I top deck Desires and went nuts. And then the last round I played another mirror match, but he got a game loss because of something in his deck box was wrong. He had like 2 cards that had nothing to do with his deck list. And then game 2, since he elected to go first, he beat me, and then in game 3 I let him go first because I knew that he has a lot of money and he plays evenly matched and stuff like that. And then he ended up opening evenly matched with Super Poly, but I went second, so I kind of beat him like fairly easily that game. But he played really well. And then after Swiss, so I was 6-1 and I was 3rd place. So I played against the Samurai Rongo guy in the top 16. I won the die roll and I won game 1 pretty easily, even though he fought back pretty well. And then game 2, I had a pretty good hand trap setup, but he still managed to put Rongo for 5, so I just scooped. And then game 3 we entered in time, and my hand was like BLS, Lancia, Fusion, Hawk, and Amber. I just set Amber, set the Fusion, passed, and he just OTK'd me right there, and that was it. I lost in top 16 in a really stupid manner, but that's the game. You know, he played well, so you know, props to him. I hope he does well in this tournament. Yeah.
Well, thank you for taking the time to show us your deck and for the detailed explanation of your choices.
No problem. I'm glad that I had the chance to give this deck profile.
I wish you luck in any further tournaments.
Thank you.
As for you guys, if you enjoyed the deck profile, please leave a like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, I'll be around, so I'll comment on YouTube if you guys have any questions in the comments. I'll be there and I'll answer them. No problem.
Thanks again.
No problem. Goodbye.